Hello and welcome to Residual Royalty Academy. In this video, I'm going to tell you my best-selling book sizes and what has worked the best for me when publishing all these different types of books on KDP, on Amazon. So, without any further ado, make sure you subscribe, smash the like button, and let's get straight into the video. Now, these are all going to be in inches unless stated otherwise. So, let's go and look at the first one. So, no content books, no content blank line journals. I usually go for 6x9, 120 pages, or sometimes 110 pages, just to vary it up. So 120 pages, as you can see right there. So that covers no content. It's just as simple as that. You don't need to do anything else. Low content, there's lots of different types of low content books. So for a guest book, I usually do 8.5 by 8.5 inches. Now this is a nice big size, easy for people to fill in when they're coming to their Airbnb or to the party or to whatever event the guest book is for. It's a great size and it's a nice square, and it's really easy to make nice designs on Canva in the 8.5 by 8.5 size. Now, activity books, this could be anything from mazes to word search, to anything you're making with software, to anything you're making yourself, to maths books. I usually do 8.5 by 11. These kind of books are normally for kids, so they need a big book. They don't want to be like having to do a pocket size book like this, for example. Coupon book. This is a type of book that I've done quite successfully in the past. That usually comes in at 8.25 by 6 inches. Now that is not stated on here, but this is a weird shape of book where, as you can see, if I grab a pen, normally for books where it's 8.5 by 11, it's going to be more like this sort of shape just for one page. But when you're doing the 8.25 by 6, because the different dimensions, it's more like this, right? So when you combine the front and the back cover, it's going to be like this, as opposed to like this. So it's just kind of a different shape. But yeah, that works really well for a coupon book. So check out those on Amazon. There's hundreds of different niches you can do for coupon books. It works especially well for gifts like Valentine's Day and things like that. So coloring books, let's go on to this one. Like I say here, I don't usually publish many coloring books, but if you're going to do it, 8.5 by 11 is a pretty good one to go with, and you can't really go wrong with that. And I did write actually down at the bottom here, the golden rule is pretty much just to follow what's already worked. Like if there's 6 people who've already published a certain type of book and it's doing really well in those dimensions, don't like suddenly try and change to the most random dimensions you can think of. Like don't suddenly assume that putting a non-fiction book, a real like a crafts book, don't assume that putting that into 8.5 by 8.5 into a square is a good idea, right? Just follow what's already working, unless you have some crazy reason why it would work and why the innovation is necessary. So a logbook, 6 by 9 inches usually works really well. Let's grab this because 7 by 10 also works pretty well for a logbook as well. That's another common size that I like to use. And again, puzzle book, when you're using these software that I use myself, like for word searches and mazes and things like that, they're usually programmed automatically at 8.5 by 11. So that's why puzzle books generally are this size as well. Now, when it comes to high content books, so this is like non-fiction or fiction books, which are 30,000 words and above, I always do 5 by 8 inches, which is pretty similar to this one. As you can see, 5.5 by 8.5. These are obviously the classical ones, but I've always done 5 by 8. I think it works really well. And the beauty of 5 by 8 is obviously, if I grab this pen, if you imagine that you've got, let's say, 200 pages, right? And your book cover is like this, you've got more words on here. So the book is going to be thinner, right? Because you've got more words. If you make yours 5 by 8, which is a bit smaller, right? You're getting less words on each page, as you can see. So your book ends up being thicker, which makes it look better, in my opinion. And the customer kind of feels like they got more value for money than having a really thin book. So that's something which is quite important to know as well. And that's why I always do 5 by 8 instead of 6 by 9. Because as you can see here, self-help kind of non-fiction, they're saying here 6 by 9. But I think when we're doing this on Amazon, I think 5 by 8 works really amazing. And obviously Amazon lets us print in 5 by 8. So that's totally perfect. An audiobook, the only size you're allowed to do on Audible is 2400 by 2400. Well, that's the recommended one at least, which is just a nice square like this. Really easy to design a nice front cover with that. So yeah, I hope that is a nice, quick, useful video for you. You can see some other ones here, pocket fiction. Like for example, I have like the Robert Kiyosaki, what's his book called? Rich Dad Poor Dad. I have like the pocket version of this. It's a really nice little size like this one. So yeah, I hope that's helpful. Make sure you subscribe and of course join my flagship program if you are interested in leveling up your publishing game. It's the second link in the description. So if you want to join, I look forward to meeting you inside our private group, elevating your royalties to the next level. So thanks for watching. and I'll see you in the next video.